The Admiral has made his move, but the Gorosei Elder has not. That's concerning. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with episode 1125 of One Piece. Yeah, it's good to be like fully back. We had our 2 episode premiere, re-premiere last week after being off for 6 months. I'm glad they did that. Like you make us have to wait 6 months for more episodes, and you give us two right off the bat. I think that was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that, but I like that they did. And so now we're back to 1 episode a week again, and yeah, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's coming outside of a couple things which, like I said off the bat, I don't know the context for, and I will let you know when they happen. But for the time being, we're just kind of continuing along. Everybody's kind of like communicating and everything. Bonnie's on better terms with Vegapunk now. We got Frankie's new VA, who is doing a good job. It's just it's gonna take some getting used to. But Kazuki Yao, like I said last time, he retired for his health. That comes first, and he handpicked the new VA to take over. So I think like most people, we're just waiting for him to say super, because that's gonna be a real big moment to like really feel out his voice on. And I think the reason why he didn't say that in either of these first 2 episodes, I think they're building up to it. They're trying to get us a little used to his voice before the super reveal. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're doing. So they had the entire Cola dialogue with Vegapunk. Um, of course, it could just not be that, and could just be like during this part in the manga either. He didn't say super either, but let's be honest. He's been saying in the post time skip. He says super a lot more often than in the pre time skip. It's like Oda really like pushed into that, or at least they did in Toei if it wasn't in the manga originally. But we'll see how it ends up going. Meanwhile, Kizaru has chosen to go in and begin the attack on um, his quote unquote nephew. They're not actually related, but it's more of a respectful designation. Um, and it's going to be interesting to see how this goes, because there's no way that Sentomaru beats Kizaru, right? Like, Sentomaru's exceptionally strong, absolutely, 100%. But he's not on Kizaru's level. He's not Admiral level, right? Like, that can't just be me thinking that. There's no way he's on Admiral level. Um, the thing is, he has high defense, which he noted. I think that's the best he's going to be able to hope for right now, to just hold Kizaru off. But the fact that Saturn, I think is the right one, Saint Saturn, the fact that he's choosing to stay back and not act, and in fact wants the fact that he's there being kept secret for now, is very concerning. Because that means he's going to launch a surprise attack, and it's probably going to be really insane when it happens. I'm that's going to be wild. Like, that also means he's going to be the first Gorosei we see in action, right? I guess we'll have to see how that goes down. Um, I assume that Lucci and Kaku are going to interfere with things. I assume that there's going to be more trouble coming. It just seems like things are going to really kick off. And obviously, we're going to get more of the Bonnie Kuma backstory stuff. I mean, the opening alone, like, tells us that very aggressively. And speaking of, I've watched the opening many more times since last week. And not only do I just really like it, I do think it's probably the most emotional opening. And that's without having all this context yet. Like I said, there's a couple openings at the end of the pre-time skip that center around like the likes of Ace and Luffy's connection with the rest of the Straw Hats and all. And they're really emotional. They have a lot of depth to the sound and lyrics and just the overall vibe of them. But this one, like, again, even without knowing the context yet behind it, is just so exceptionally emotional. And I can't fully explain why. I can't explain why, but it's brought tears to my eyes as I've rewatched it over and over and over again. And again, I don't... Sorry about that. I don't even know, like, what's going on with that. So I guess we're just going to have to maybe find out this episode. I think we're going to definitely be focusing more on Kizaru and Sentomaru this episode, though. But, I mean, I don't know for sure. Let's just get into this and hope for the best and see how these battles and plans continue to go. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, Luffy versus Kizaru is just happening. We're just getting into it. And yeah, it makes sense, because Kizaru is on the offensive. He's just going for things. He's not holding back. He's not waiting. And that makes sense. He is speed of light and everything. It's like, why would he hold off? Like, yeah, Kizaru is known for having, like, the slow drawl and everything. But, again, also, speed of light. So his theme is kind of, like, just going for it. No hesitation. So it's going to be a really wild fight. Sentomaru never had a chance. That was always going to end that way. It was always going to end that quick. Like, if I were to put, like, Kizaru as a 10 in terms of power, Sentomaru, like, just comparatively, would probably only be a 6. Sentomaru has, like, very high defense, but, like, as Kizaru himself said, his is just as strong. The difference here is that Kizaru also has the speed and strength to match his defense. And don't get me wrong, Sentomaru has strength, for sure, but nowhere near to the same level. That's the biggest difference there. The speed and strength being pretty equal to his defense is what makes Kizaru such a threat. It's what makes him an admiral. We get to see a little bit of the vice admirals in action as well, but don't really see too much. They just kick mostly. The pacifistas are taken over after Sentomaru's fall, and Lucci decides to take advantage of the situation to try and kill Stella, but instead just finger pokes of doom Stussy instead, because she jumps in the way. So she's going to be out of commission, though I don't think she's very strong of a fighter in the first place. She's kind of already practically stated as much. When she originally took Lucci out and paralyzed him and all that, I believe that's what she said. Like, she knows she couldn't take him in an actual fight. She's not that strong. So instead, she had to use her trickery and catch him off guard. And unfortunately, he is very strong. Bubbling Kaku in that moment, though, was also very smart. So it looks like right now we're going to have Zoro taking on Lucci while Luffy and Kizaru fight. The Vice Admirals are going to continue moving in. The plan otherwise is still going to move forward. I'm very interested to see like when and how Saturn does end up making his move, because he's clearly like the secret weapon, right? The Gorosei are 100% stronger than the Admirals. Like, that's not even a question. Like, you would think like, oh, they're probably just these cushy celestial dragons who can't actually stand up to their own words. No, they can fight. They 100% are like amongst the strongest characters in this series. Like, that's never been a question to me. People having this idea that because they're celestial dragons, they probably can't fight themselves and just have other people do it, has always been a really wild theory to me, a really whack theory to me. That just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, no, they're like, the only people above them in terms of power, the only person above them is Emu. They pretty much have to be able to fight. It wouldn't make like logical sense character-wise for them to be weak. It's been setting them up almost as kind of one of the big villains that our heroes are going to have to fight. Obviously, Emu is the final big bad, but like the Gorosei are more so than Blackbeard, if we're being honest. And Blackbeard's one of the top villains too. I'm really curious when he is going to act. I like that Luffy didn't even give Kizaru a chance to like speak. He just rushed right into it. And he's probably going to go gear 5th before long. So that's going to be really exciting to see Nika taking on Kizaru. I wonder how that's going to visually look. Zoro versus Lucci is going to be fantastic. I'm wondering if Lucci's going to go awakening for this battle. Because he did against Luffy. But the interesting thing is he didn't stand a chance against Luffy. That was a pretty one-sided fight. Zoro is not as strong as Luffy is at the moment. But he's up there. He's definitely the second strongest of the crew. So I wonder how he's going to do against Lucci. And let's be honest, one of the reasons why Luffy was so effective and why that fight was so one-sided against Lucci is because Lucci was not expecting what Luffy could do there. He was not ready for Nika at all. And he really was caught off guard. But even then, it's like, it's also the powers of Nika. It's like, what the fuck can he do against that? I think Kizaru will definitely give more of a fight. And I think Zoro and Lucci will definitely be more even. So I think these matches will be a lot more exciting than, like, let's say, Kizaru versus Sentomaru, which was a one-sided shutout, let's be honest. Getting that little bit of backstory here as to how Sentomaru met Kizaru and Vegapunk, and how he started calling Kizaru uncle and everything. Yeah, that was just really fun. I feel like they could have added a little more to it, personally. I don't know how it is in the manga. I don't know if there's more to the backstory, but I would have liked seeing more, and maybe there will be more. Maybe we just haven't gotten to it all yet. Just like with the Kuma and Bonnie stuff, we've seen like the tiniest bit of that, and maybe they're saving more for later. That's always possible too. But yeah, things are starting to turn in the world government's favor during this fight, and I have no idea like how we're going to like succeed here, because we not only have to either defeat or escape an admiral, but one of the Gorosei as well. All of these vice admirals who are also excessively strong. It's like, and unless he's captured again, Rob Lucci too. There's so many aggressive forces. It's like, how do you even begin to take all of them on, and how do you plan to escape? It's like that's so much to escape from. I mean, I guess we'll see. I guess that's the best we can hope for right now. But yeah, this is continuing to be really intense and really exciting and just fantastic. I'm glad that it's doing well with all of this. That it seems my fears were unfounded, my fears for like this break and what they were going to do with it. So I'm glad for that, at least. Um but tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of One Piece? Let me know, and thank you so much as always for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.